For over 5 years, you've successfully engineered your life around remote work, and you have the performance reviews to prove it works. So why is your company demanding you return to the office? A Bamboo HR survey found that a quarter of C-suite executives explicitly hoped employees would quit once RTO landed. 1 in 5 HR professionals admitted the same thing. They made that call knowing exactly what it would do. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why RTO mandate isn't about company culture. And you'll have the 4 moves to make before you're stuck back in a cubicle. Why executives want you to quit. Here's the pattern. Company announces RTO, HR sends the email, collaboration, culture, we do our best work together, and the people who wrote that email are sitting in a conference room 2 days later, talking about voluntary attrition targets. Not layoffs, attrition. People who quit on their own. Because voluntary departures are cheaper. No severance, no WARN Act notice, no PR risks, just an empty desk and a manager who gets to say they chose to leave. That Bamboo HR survey also confirmed what most of you already suspected. 25% of the executives, 18% of HR leaders, and here's the part that nobody talks about. Nearly 40% of managers said their companies ended up doing formal layoffs anyway, because not enough people took the hint. RTO wasn't the alternative to layoffs, it was the first wave. The layoffs were a cleanup for whoever didn't quit fast enough. That's the game. Plan A is you walk, plan B is you get walked. Either way, the payroll gets smaller. Miami Cloud exists to create content that gives you insights your company never intended you to have. Subscribe to stay off the list, or get back to work faster if you do land on it. Next up is the attendance trap. Badge tracking equals paper trail to a PIP or a PIP. Now let's talk about how they build the case against you, because it's more mechanical than you think. In 2026, badge data doesn't just sit in a security log. It's piped directly into HR analytics dashboards. Workday, SAP, SuccessFactors. Your badge swipe, or the absence of it, is now a data point in the same system that houses your performance reviews. And here's the math that makes it dangerous. Companies requiring 5 days a week in the office, 47% of them say they plan to terminate or discipline employees who don't comply. 34% say they've already deployed badge tracking and attendance monitoring. 32% are now factoring in-office attendance directly into performance reviews. Let me connect those dots for you. Your manager gets told, reduce headcount by 10%. The first report they pull isn't your last project outcome. It's the attendance dashboard. Who's badge compliant, who's not. It's one click, and then you're sorted into a column. That's not culture, that's evidence to support a termination. Who RTO layoffs target first? The data is specific. Remote and hybrid employees are promoted 31% less often than people who show up in person. That's proximity bias, and it's not subtle, but it gets sharper when you layer in demographics. If you're over 40, you're more likely to have caregiving responsibilities, more likely to have a commute that eats 2 hours, more likely to have built a life that can't relocate on 30 days notice, and more likely to be expensive, because tenure costs money. The RTO policy wasn't written for the 26-year-old who lives 4 blocks from the office and wants FaceTime with a VP. It was written to shake loose the 47-year-olds who cost twice as much and work from home. 1 in 4 executives running your company may hope you quit, simply so they can avoid paying severance. If you've seen this in your office, comment "not culture." I read every response. And before that time comes for you, download the career inventory worksheet in the description below. It is the tool you need to document your value when company loyalty disappears. Next up, the playbook. 4 moves to protect your career. Here's the hard truth. Once RTO lands, the smartest move is not panic. It's to read your signal, protect your leverage, and make sure you have options. The first move to make? Document the ask. If they're requiring a return to office, ask for the policy in writing. If you need an exception or flexibility based on commute, caregiving, or medical needs, put that request in writing too. Written communication creates a record, and a record protects you. You're not being difficult, you're making sure the communication is clear and traceable. The second move, make your work visible. Don't just show up. Make sure your results are easy to see. Keep your manager informed, share progress updates, and make your impact visible to people who make decisions. The goal is not office theater. The goal is to make sure that your value is obvious, not just make sure that you scan a badge. The third move, keep an external option alive. Update your LinkedIn, refresh your resume, and stay in contact with your network before you need them. If the policy changes your career path, you want options ready. You don't want to start from zero. Think of it as keeping a second door open while the first one is still available. And move number 4, watch the timeline. If RTO shows up alongside a restructuring, hiring freezes, or cost-cutting language, pay attention. One policy alone may just be a policy, but when the pattern starts repeating, it can tell you a lot about where the company is headed. You don't need to panic. You just need to read the signs early. You now know more about why that email landed than most people who received it. The policy isn't the point. The paper trail is the point. Your job now is to read the play and move before the timeline closes. If you do end up on that layoff list, don't guess your next move. I've already broken down the 8 things to do immediately after a layoff in sequence of importance. Watch that over here. I'll see you over there.